Basic Black After Dark, the all new podcast show with your host, Black Diamond.
Hey everybody, this is Black Diamond from the Crew Network, and you're listening to Basic Black After Dark podcast. This is the show that meets you where you are and gives you what you ask for. Entanglement is not a word that you hear in everyday conversation. However, it has become known during conversations when we talk about sex, relationships, and deceit. And I know that some of you have been listening to certain public people talk about entanglement. Well, entanglement is a word often used to describe a situation where something is or someone is caught up in a complicated situation. For example, if one thing entangles itself with another, the two things become caught together very tightly. It can also refer to physical objects that are twisted, knotted together, making it difficult to separate them. So, how many of you been in an entanglement and didn't know it? So, we're going to talk about that. In her new novel, Danny Nicole introduces you to characters who give you entanglement, which is a whole new meaning in her novel, Entangled with Deceit. Please welcome Danny Nicole to Basic Black After Dark.
Good evening. Thank you for
Hi.
having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here. It is a pleasure. I'm gonna go right into it. You talked about your main character, Victoria, being a
Yes.
church girl. Is this book a church girl meets a bad boy novel with a twist?
Yes. You know what? It can be. Yes. Yes. I would say yes. Definitely good girl meets bad boy. But the thing is, the male character, you don't think he's bad. He presents himself. He's charming. He's good
Mm-hmm.
looking. He speaks well. He's educated. He goes to church, so he looks great. He doesn't come off as a bad boy. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
difference. Hmm.
So maybe she's the bad boy, but the bad girl. So Victoria appears to be a smart, educated woman with goals, but it seems as if she's looking for a little adventure. Is that
Yes.
adventure entanglement? It's both.
Um. Yes. So again, kind of yes and no. I mean, she moves to this new city. She's got this new job, and a couple of years have gone by, and she wants to date. And she's like, okay, I
Okay.
have this dream job. I have this great life, but I need a man. I feel like she feels like she needs a man to kind of enhance or fill that void of loneliness or companionship.
Hmm. I love that you bring in other characters to your story. Take Victoria and her mother. They share a close bond. Is that all they share? Is a close bond?
Uh, yes. So Victoria is an only child, and so when
Mm,
she moved, her mom was devastated because that's her baby. That's like her only child.
mm,
She raised her as a single mom, so they were close. And so finding out that now Victoria's got this opportunity to leave the city she's at and pursue a career that she's always wanted, makes the mom a little protective of her only
oh,
child.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Before I delve deeper into your book, I asked myself if there could be a little competition between mother and daughter, or if there is jealousy between the two because she is the only child. She's raised her by herself, and she's off doing her life.
Right.
So I'm not sure. When I was reading, I had to go back and forth. Is she jealous of her daughter? Is she happy for her daughter? Was there some kind of competition for her daughter? I don't know. I just said I'm gonna have to keep going back and forth,
Yeah.
just to try to figure out mom, to see what
Right.
mom's angle is.
Right. Right. And so I didn't touch much on that relationship, which could be another book,
Mm-hmm.
but her right. But I could see that now that you've mentioned that, because right, that's her only daughter. She wants her to be here. Why is she leaving and trying to pursue something elsewhere? So there could be a tiny bit, being that they all they had was each other for some time.
I was I was flipping through, wondering if she was gonna move to the state that
Oh,
Victoria was in. I said, "Mom probably got her bags all packed, and she's
yeah.
ready to roll." By the time she set her plane down, here come mom walking through the door.
Right.
I was just
Right.
waiting for that. I want to talk about Jackie. Some people have
Yes.
friends like Jackie, and some have enemies. What was the real reason you brought Jackie into Charlotte?
Um, I bought Jackie into Charlotte. So, like me, like when I moved to Charlotte, um, I wanted to meet people and make friends and find, a couple of ladies I could hang out with. So Jackie
Mm-hmm.
to Victoria is that friend that's
Oh, okay.
filling the filling the void because her mom's not there. Do you know what I mean? So she needs this lady
Yeah.
woman in her life to be there with her and be a friend to her, and they become best friends, just like it was almost meant
Okay.
to be. Yeah.
See, I
So more
was
of a
trying my best not to read too much into Jackie because I was like, okay, I'm always the one that take characters, and I'm suspicious. I'm
okay.
suspicious of
Yeah.
characters, so that's why I was
Right.
trying to say, okay, Jackie, where you come from? Now there seems to be a lot of women working in the office with
Right. Right.
Victoria.
Exactly.
With all these women in one place, it could be a recipe for disaster. Because we know how some women can get. And if you're in an office, you just chatter, 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 and a
Yes.
lot of things can happen. My question is,
Yes. Yes.
do a lot of those women that's in her office attend the same church that Victoria do? And do Jackie attend that church?
So actually, the co-workers do not attend the church. Um, and Jackie, I don't believe Jackie does either. Initially, so the book was written like in 2017. And
Mm,
so I finally put it out there last year and got the editing, the book, the proofreadings and things like that. So now Erickson, the thing is that Erickson, the gentleman who's we'll
oh,
probably
we
talk
gonna get
about
to him
soon,
because I definitely
he,
had some
the
questions about him.
church, the church is his family's church. So he's the church
Okay.
boy.
So this is where I was kind of going there with them. There was one part of the book I needed some clarity on, and that was Victoria and Erickson. They met after
Yes.
she gave a speech, and they seemed to admire one another. Erickson mentioned that they would meet more when they are both back in Charlotte, and I was wondering, how did he know she was from Charlotte? And was this their first time meeting, or did he have an agenda by running into her at this meeting? So those are all the kind of questions that was wondering. I said, okay, did I miss something? Because he's saying that he wants to meet her back in Charlotte. How did he know? Did she say something in her meeting, in her speech, that she was from Charlotte? Is there an accent that she had that he picked up on? I'm just sitting there saying, like, Erickson, how did you know that she was from Charlotte? Or did you follow this woman? Or did mom send you there to watch her? So you see where my mind was going everywhere. I
And
was
that's
like,
that's good. That's exactly that's exactly what
I'm telling you,
that's
my
the
mind,
plan to get you thinking. What is going on with this man? That is exactly it. Yes.
yeah, it was. I was just there. I was like, I picked up on Victoria being my friend, and I'm in protective mode for Victoria. I'm already suspicious of Jackie, people in the office, what's going on with mom, and now here comes
Yeah.
Ellison. From what I
Yeah.
read so far, it seems when Victoria falls for a man, she falls hard, or is that an
Yes.
act? Is she acting?
No,
So she
she
do fall
falls
hard when she
hard.
falls.
She gives her heart.
Oh,
Yes. Hmm. She
wow.
falls hard. She
Okay.
gives her all. She puts her all into it. Yes. She falls hard in love. Like that's it. He's the one. Yes. That is exactly who she is. Hmm.
Okay, so you said it was
Yes.
the family church, so that's how she got to meet him. I'm curious, would you have considered the relationship between Victoria and Erickson tangled and not an entanglement? Would you have rather for it to have been tangled? Because I know it's an entangled with deceit, but would you have also thought about it being tangled and not an entanglement?
Yes. I could see that. Because Victoria has now is going to be getting tangled up in the feelings because she falls so hard for this man, and then that's just is right now she's tangled now. When you start reading, you're following her journey because now she's deciding what should I do. I care about him this way. Things are going to be going on, and yes, she's tangled up. So
I kind
it
of
could
thought
be
that, I was like, here goes the spider's web. Victoria, you're
right.
sitting right in the middle of it, and
Hmm.
all of these things are happening around you. Girl, wake up. Are you aware of any of these things? To tell you the truth, I'm looking at it as if it's on television and whatnot. So I usually wait till the end before I ask these questions. But when can we expect part two of Entangled with the Sea?
um, that is a possibility.
No, no, I'm not accepting the possibility.
Oh, you
I
want
need
it?
to know.
You need to
I
know?
need it. I need to see part two because I need to see what's going to happen with her. And I'm dying for mom to come through there somewhere along the line. I'm not telling you how to write your book, but I'm
Right, right.
seeing some stuff and I'm asking these questions and I'm wondering
Hmm.
what's going on and where you at and Jackie, what's going on? Help your sister out and it's just a lot that I'm just like I write little notes on the side of pages and
Yeah.
gotta ask questions. Then gotta flip back to another chapter. Did I miss something?
Yes, yes.
Man, you
Yeah,
you got
you
me going with this book.
as you continue to read, you're going to get some answers to your questions, and there's going to be a twist at the end. If you hadn't got to the end yet,
No, I haven't. I had seen.
you
I
you
seen.
you're
Look what you done
you're going to be
started. I
surprised.
I thought I was going to bed early tonight, but I guess not. Now, some first time authors begin with a softer, gentler introduction of their writing style. After 10 years of putting your words and thoughts down on paper, you completed your first solo book, a fictional novel, which is what we're talking about, Entangled with the Sea.
Yes.
But you came out not holding anything back. What does it
No.
feel like to release your first book? I'm talking about you came out. Most people would come out with maybe no offense to this title, I'm going to say, a Mary
Hmm.
Poppins kind of book. But no,
Right.
you did not. You came
No.
you came with the title, with the characters. You just
Yes.
came right out with it. And I'm like, is she really a first time author?
Yeah.
Because what I'm reading, there's some spice and some stuff up in here.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
would
it
have never
is.
thought that you were a first time author.
This is my first fictional novel. And I've been, like I said, I've been sitting on it since 2017. And when I got here in Charlotte, I don't know if it was just the environment, but I had to. It was like a birth. I just had to get it out, and I worked hard for the whole year in 2023, just trying to get it, you know, to be a good read and for people to be able to follow and I mean people don't so the book honestly, even though it's fiction, it is fiction. So
Mm.
but there are I took some past experiences as a young lady because I was young and I've experienced some
Mm.
entanglements.
I was gonna go there. I was definitely gonna go there with you. What were some of the biggest challenges with writing Entangled with the Sea?
Um Well, I switched up the manuscript a few times. I took
Mhm.
a whole bunch of things out, then I put a whole bunch of things in because, like you said, I wasn't sure if I wanted to take the subtle route or just hit it at
Mm.
once and just say, you know what, this is the first. Let's just go all in. Let's just go all in. Let's just give them something that they want to read and keep reading.
All or nothing, and you did a great job with it. Now you're married. What did your husband think when he learned you titled your book "Entangled with Deceit"?
He he thought it was about him. He did. I said,
I kind of thought that. That's what I'm going to ask the question. As
mhm.
husband, I had to ask the question because the book is entitled "Entangled with Deceit." So I was wondering, is he okay with that? Do he think she's
he
talking about him, or is
he
it the
did.
truth and this is the way we
He
think?
he did. I said, babe, no, no. I can promise you that was some past when I met him. And you know what? I think that's kind of what inspired me because our relationship when we met and when we got together, I felt like I had found the one. And so I could now get out the past experiences into this fictional book. But I told him,
Okay.
it's not you, babe. Don't worry about you.
So since you
You are
cleared
not
it up here, everybody's
quickly.
heard it. It is not you.
It is not
It's
you.
somebody else.
It's fiction.
So
I said, baby, it's
it,
fiction.
so that should make some peace in the house tonight. Tell me what sets your
Right.
work what sets your work apart from other fiction authors?
I would say because I'm original, I'm authentic, I'm true to myself, and my experiences are different, than anyone else um,
Okay.
in their writing as well. So, I mean, we've all experienced some past hurts, betrayals, things like that. But my story is different from your story. And this book is just my true, authentic self, want to share my story. Well, a story on some that entanglement is real and there is
Yeah,
deceit
it is
out here for men and
everywhere.
women. Yeah. Even the women are deceiving the men are deceiving the women. I mean, it's on the new, it's on TV every day.
Ev- It's in
Yes.
certain, I was going to say magazine, but certain magazines we see
Mhm.
while we shopping. You know, you stand online in certain stores, you stand there reading it. You stand
Right.
there, and people saying, trying to do that, tell you to go ahead. But by the time they for you to go ahead, they done picked up the book too and looked through a magazine because that's you're seeing couples, celebrities all over the place.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
a lot of deceit with going on. Some people been in marriages for 30, 40 years. For whatever reason, they stayed together, but there's some deceit there. You currently
Yes.
write fiction. Should we expect something in other genres?
Yes. So I would love to write a horror, and I have I have a horror and I have a suspense
The
that
horror is Victoria's mother. Following her every
no,
day.
no.
No shade, Victoria's mother. I'm just kidding.
Yes, suspense. So I have my next book. I got to decide because the next book is called Midwife Crisis. That's the book. Hmm. Yeah,
I had to sit
midwife.
back on that one. Midwife.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Midwife
So,
crisis. So that's
Tyler Tyler Perry Tyler Perry just told you he was going to make your book into a movie, and he gave you the job of choosing the leading lady and leading man. Who are your choices?
oh, who are my choices? Um, you know what? I think Kelly Rowland could play Victoria. I've seen her in the
Wow,
last Netflix, and
she did a heck
and
of a job.
and she did a heck of a job. She did a
Kelly
heck of a
Rowland, I
job.
would have never thought, but now that you
Yeah.
say that, I see it.
Hmm.
I see it.
The
And you know
man.
what? Her bestie. Kelly Rowland's bestie's mother could play that mother.
Yeah, yeah.
She could play that mother because she looks like she's the type that could play that mother.
Yes,
So who's your
yes.
leading man?
Oh my goodness, it's so many. It's so many men out here. Well,
And
I
you know
don't know.
he's
You
in
know what?
church.
Huh?
He's in the church. So his
Woo.
family's from the church. So we gotta
And future.
think on that level of who it could be.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? I would have to ask Tyler because Tyler has some good looking men
Oh yeah.
in
I
his
don't know where he's
movie.
finding them at, but he's
I
bringing
don't
them
know where
out.
he.
I don't know where
Yeah.
he's coming from with them. Men I have never even heard of.
Yes.
Interesting to look
Yes.
at, but
Yes.
I'm just like, well, where did he come from? Because the last movie that Kelly was in, the guy was like, where did he come from? And I
Yes.
hope he keeps coming because he was a
Me too.
very good actor. And he
Very
did
good
a
actor.
wonderful
So.
job with that movie. I had to watch it without anybody around, and that's one of my things that I do on a Sunday. Certain movies I'll watch Sunday morning because it's quiet in my house, and I
Hmm.
get a chance to watch it without any interruptions. So
Yes.
that's a good
Yes.
thing. So were you thinking about the kind of audience you wanted to read your book, or was it something you had to get off your chest?
Um. So at first, I think that's why it took me so long because I, as I got to learn and join, Facebook groups of authors and things like that. I hadn't really at first thought about the audience, but as I began to write more and think about releasing it, it made me think more, that this is a middle-aged man or woman who's
Mm-hmm.
been through a relationship that's entangled, like, like,
Okay.
and when you think about it, even young people, I mean, anyone over 18 who's been in a serious relationship, whether it's man or woman, if you haven't experienced an entanglement, live long enough, or
See,
you
the
might know
thing
someone.
the
you
thing with
know
young people, they may not use the term entanglement. They'll say he cheated on me,
Yeah, yeah,
he's
that's
a
true.
cheater or something
Yeah,
like that. And
that's
they may not
right.
understand that. And some of them may not mind being in a relationship with a guy who's already in a relationship with somebody, I guess some baby mama or whatever it is, and not
Right.
realize that's an entanglement.
Yes.
That is an
Yes.
entanglement. So there's a lot that our young sisters need to understand of
Yes.
terminology. We've been through that. We just use different words now. So,
Right.
in a few
Right.
years, they're going to probably change entanglement to something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens. I,
It
I
happened.
noticed that I noticed that you and Victoria have something in common. But you were born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but now resides in the upcoming city of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hmm.
This is where the story takes place. Is there something you want to tell us about Victoria that your book doesn't mention? Is Victoria
What?
someone you know? Rather, is
Yes.
Victoria you? Mm,
Victoria was me some time
I
ago.
thought so. Victoria was
Yes.
all of us some time ago. She
Yes.
was all of us,
Victoria.
to be honest.
Yes. Victoria is exactly. And that's when I wrote the book, I began to think like everyone, even men and women have experienced some entanglement at one time, or they know someone. And that's why I felt
Say
like the
that
book would.
again. Say that again with the men that they can experience entanglement too because
Yes.
women cheat as well. As a
Yes.
woman, I'm not going to sit here and say that women don't. They
Right.
just cry their way out of it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cry their way out of it.
Right.
That's how they
Right.
get, well, some of them get out of it. And then they
Yes.
become very mellow after a while. But
Right. Right.
see, I'm going to say there's a way that you can be in entanglement. And when you get caught, you can be out of it and still come out on top. And I ain't going to share how you can do that. Reading and whatnot,
That's
reading
for
this
the next
book,
podcast.
because I'm not going to tell you how you can get out of it. I was raised with brothers, so I've seen it all, and they told me a lot of stuff. So I learned a lot from them, watching and crying and getting out and still being on top without feeling
Right.
guilty. But that wasn't my story, but I knew how to do it. So Victoria, you said was
Yes.
some part of
Yeah.
you. What
Oh
part of you
yeah.
was
Yeah.
she?
Especially um well, so I am a woman of faith, and being in that environment as a young lady seeking a companionship,
Mm,
you know, that was the thing. He needs to be the man in the church. He needs to be, but that's not, I found out that's not, so because it's in the church don't make him right.
mm, amen.
Okay. The devil go to church
As long as he ain't
too.
sitting next to me, we good.
And we, but that's the thing, because they show up what's in sheep's clothing, but that's the
Yes, they
wolf.
do. Yes,
It's the
they
wolf
do.
in sheep's clothing, and then the charm and just the demeanor, and then you're just head over heels. And then then as you continue to get to know, you're finding out, okay, this isn't, he or she isn't all that they're cracked up to
Right.
be. So
That's
it's
right.
a
She
learning experience. Yes,
and she
he or
coming into
she.
church wearing them stilettos and all that makeup on and that perfume that you can smell a mile away. Yep, it could be her too.
Yeah,
She has an
it could be
agenda,
her too.
knowing you already with somebody else, and she's coming in there being extra. It
Yes,
happens. I see. I'm the type of
absolutely.
woman that's not always on the woman's side because I know
Hmm.
how we can get.
Yes.
And if I have to put it out there, I put it out there. Look, if you want to know what a woman will do or what a woman will say and how we can get away with certain things, I'll be real. I'll tell you. You know why? Because I wouldn't want somebody doing that to my brothers. So I tell them. But see, they're older than me and they already know. But I would tell them, but I tell my sons what to watch for and know how they do it. Because some women now, they're teaching their daughters these things.
Yes.
And that's where those entanglements come from because some of them could have inherited, just got it
Right.
from their mama watching it.
Or look at the social media. It's on there. Women are
Oh
telling
yeah.
these young women, "Oh yeah, I sleep around. Oh, I don't mind. I go to the ball games and I'm there to spectate and to find me a guy." And they're saying it's cool. Look at the music. Look,
Mm,
I mean, our
Lord have
young women
mercy.
are being sucked in even into the music now, where the
Yeah.
women are like, yeah, I get around and I need his money, and what can he do for me?
That's how they brand themselves. That's how a lot of these women brand themselves. They get onto stage half dressed.
Hmm.
Maybe it's an era thing because they were fully clothed when I used to watch certain shows, music shows and
Yes.
whatnot. And then sometimes the
Yes.
skirts would get a little shorter, and that was okay because they had the boots, and that was okay. But now all you seeing is the boots and nothing else.
Right.
So
Right.
you become surprised at it. I, I I can't sit and say you should be ashamed of yourself because it's your time.
Right. Right.
I've had my time in my era. It's your time, and I can't say whether that's acceptable or not. That's your time, and I'm not going to mention any names of some of these young ladies that's doing this, but it's their time. I've had my time in my decade, and we wore clothes and did things the way we did it, where our elders probably didn't like the stuff that we were doing
Right.
and the clothes that we were
Absolutely.
wearing and stuff we say. So I don't come down on them for that. All I would say is that be careful
Yes.
because what you're putting out there may not be the message that somebody else is getting. And you're just simply putting
Right.
on a show.
Right.
They're thinking something
Right.
else. So that just be mindful of your branding.
Absolutely.
And speaking of branding, you are an entrepreneur and are building your brand. What is your brand?
So, I've had time to think about that, and I'm still, because I'm an author, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on the business side too. I want to do more than just write. I want to talk with others who are new authors and share my journey, because I'm sure they have a journey as well coming into this whole industry of becoming a published author, whether it's self-published or traditional. And so I'm still working on figuring out the brand because it's new. It's kind of, I'm branding myself, so I'm still finding me and what the brand is going to become. So it's not
There's a
all the way there.
there's something you may want to try. It's called Toastmasters. So you
Okay.
may want to try that, and see how far you want to go with that. A lot of them do a lot of speaking. Sometimes you can figure out who you are within that organization, and they're just about everywhere.
Okay.
A lot
Okay.
of places and programs are online, but be careful because some of them are not who they are,
Say there.
who they really are. You know, so you
Right.
got this, what is this AI thing that's going on, which
Yes.
bothers the heck out of me. If you're not AI, part of the alphabet, I don't want to be bothered. So that's
Right.
the only thing I want to know about A and I. So my kids will tell
Right.
me stuff. I say that's enough. I'm good. I'm old school. I'm good. I'm just
Yes.
ready to do regular mail now because it scares the death out of me of using a computer because of all of this AI stuff. Send it in the mail, but they'll find their way. What do you
Yes.
hope your readers will get out of your book? What do you think that their takeaway will be from your work?
Well, I want them to take away that I am passionate about my writing,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that I'm being true to who I am. I want to be authentic, and I want to stay in my lane and write my book and continue to build my brand. But I want you to know I'm passionate about writing. I've been writing since I was a young kid, well, a little girl, but I'm a 70s baby. So growing up and talking about writing and doing art, and my family didn't see that as a way of, as an income stream. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of didn't pursue that because it was go to get the diploma, go to college, get the job type of thing. And so it wasn't until I got older that I realized there's more opportunities now to share and write my book. And you can make a living do
Okay.
writing, being an author. And I'm passionate about what I'm writing, and I want them to read the book and enjoy it. I want my readers to enjoy what I write, and then we can
Well,
talk and have a discussion on the podcast.
you're
Or
off to a great start with this book, Entangled with Deceit. You're off to a wonderful start, and there's nothing wrong with changing lanes sometimes, as long as you know which lane you came from. So there's nothing
right.
wrong with changing those lanes sometimes. Share with our viewers and listeners how they can connect with you.
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm on Thread now at Danny Nicole, the author.
Okay.
My website is in construction because I had it um, revamped, but I'm at
Mm-hmm.
Danny Nicole, the author.com as well. So you can follow me there. I'm doing some updates now that I'm getting out here more. I want to add some things to the website so that the readers can get to know me um,
Okay.
also on that level as well. If you're in the Charlotte area on June 8th, I will be at the African American Book Festival, and I will be presenting my novel for purchase. So come see me there. If you're in the area or you just want to fly out to Charlotte, you can do that too. But
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, it's worth the trip because the book is good. It's definitely worth
and
the
it
trip.
it is on Amazon, and it is on the Black Gold Publishing website as well to purchase.
So, Danny, when Entangled Deceit Part 2 come out, please let me know. And if you're looking
Yes.
for a leading lady or Victoria's mother, call your girl.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that. We sisters now. I can
I'll
do
get
that.
out there. Yes, we are. I encourage you all to take a look at this book. Not just look at the cover and say, "Oh, it's nice." Go through this book. Even you can do it with some groups of people.
Yeah.
You can
Some
do it
some
with
some
second wives clubs, first wives clubs. However you want to do it, you can do it in groups because I think you might enjoy doing it because you may have a lot of questions.
yes.
Because I had them and
Yes.
I was able to ask the author, so that's how fortunate I was. I was
Yes.
able to ask the author. But you guys can get in there and you can do the same thing. You can get together, or if you're doing it by yourself, you could jot your questions down on the pages that you want. Email her, contact her,
Yes.
ask those
Yes.
questions and whatnot. So you too can ask the author. Here's some
Yes.
food for thought. There's a big difference between entangled and tangled. And if you are confused, don't worry, so was I. That was before I read a part of Entangled with Deceit and spoke with the author, Danny Nicole. These two words are often they're often used interchangeably, but there's a subtle difference between them. I want to thank Danny for untangling my thoughts about entanglement, such as entangled and tangled refer to things that are twisted or knotted together, but entangled implies a more complex and difficult situation than tangled. Entangled means that things are not just twisted together, but they're also difficult to separate or untangle. Tangled simply means that things are twisted together, but they may easily be separated or untangled. In other words, ladies, entangled refers to something that is twisted or interwoven intricately. It can also refer to a state of being involved with a complicated or confusing situation or relationship. So remember that. Tangled refers to something that is twisted or knotted together in a disorderly manner. It can also refer to a state of being involved in a confusing or complicated situation or relationship. Either way, when that happens, you know it's time to get out and get away, and that it becomes twisted or interwoven in a messy way. So it can be very messy. I want to thank
Yes.
Danny Nicole for bringing us Entangled with Deceit.
Thank
Get your
you.
copy and
Yes.
decide if Victoria was in an entangled, deceitful relationship or was
Right.
it merely tangled and messy. Join
Yes.
us on Thursday, May 30th. We are in for a good fight with Demetria Good after 8, after dark.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you coming out and sharing this book.
I
This
appreciate
has
you
been
just
one of the second books that I've read, and I've had a guest on that I am looking forward to part two. You know, all the books
okay.
that I've read and I've had guests on, and I'm not taking away from any of the books, but there's always that one character that I connect with in some kind of way. And Victoria is that character for me. And I have that other author that's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. Oh boy, I've been bugging her
Yeah.
about part two. So I'm
Okay.
telling
I'm
you,
gonna
I
tune
just
in.
can't wait. Yes, I can't wait. I feel like that's relative amount already because we here. Me and
Yeah.
her, we here, and I just can't wait to see what she was doing all summer long. So that's gonna
Yes.
be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your book.
Thank you. I'm glad I could share.
I'm glad you was able to.
Any questions out there?
Right?
No, we got some hellos and a couple of responses, but I'm glad those who have responded have come out to listen and join the
What a lot of people
podcast.
do is they do a replay and they
Yes.
ask questions, and I usually go into the replay and I respond. Or either I let them know that they have to get that answer from you because I couldn't answer it. So just and
Yes.
if you see the replay, just respond to
Okay.
them,
I will.
put your information
Absolutely.
in so they
Okay.
can contact you. You know,
Yes.
don't give out your personal phone number because people
Right. Right. Nope. Follow
people
me
will
on social
call and
media.
call and call. Yeah, yeah. Social media is the thing.
Right. I never get off the phone. I got a phone coming. I
And
got the phone. I'm gonna have to
I'm not
start
gonna call
charging.
on you. I'm gonna be following you because I think that you're gonna be very successful, and that's some good
I
things for you.
appreciate that. I
Don't
you know,
forget.
oh, and I appreciate that. And so in July, I should have said this too. So I'm coming up with something for everyone in July. I want to do a virtual book club. So we're going to talk about the book
Okay.
chapter by chapter
Okay.
in July.
Put that on your social media.
Yes,
Put it on your
yes,
and don't
yep,
forget to call Angela about doing the podcast
yes, yep.
because I think
I
you
am
did
going to
great
reach out.
tonight. So I don't think that you would have a problem with doing your podcast and being one of the sisters.
I appreciate that. I enjoy. I was just talking to someone in my publishing through Black Gold, and we were messaging each other, and she was she's like a friend. Like I really enjoy talking with you, Patrice, Angela, because I feel like you're sisters. I don't have a sister. I'm a twin. I had a twin brother. He passed about 13 years ago,
Mm, I'm
but
sorry.
I thank you. But I like the sisterhood, and it makes me because feel good that you guys are my sisters. Like I just feel like we have this connection, and the information you share. I'm taking notes. I'm the one. I'm the
Well,
one
we
that's
all
taking the
share.
notes.
We all share. We share with each other. Sometimes we work each other's nerves. I'm quite sure, but and I'm quite sure I work their nerves. But it's all in love. Because we want to pull the strengths out of each other because we do come from different places, and I think what we do the best is challenge each other in
Yes,
a positive way, and that's just to bring out the best in each other. And this is what I appreciate about this group here. And it's it's not because it's the crew, but a lot of people just don't understand this group, and they don't really have to. We understand each other, and we're still here.
right,
So
right,
hey,
right. And you're doing great things, and you're offering a platform. I mean, as a new author, this was important to connect because, especially now we're on the internet. I mean, everyone gets a chance to hear the story, and it's because of you. It's because of the crew. So I appreciate the platform. Just being available to new authors or people promoting their business because you're giving us a platform now to share, because we otherwise wouldn't be able to share, back in our time,
yeah.
back in my day. Share what? I have to call them up and be like, I have
I'm
to
not
call up
even talking about
everybody.
my day. I'm not even going to talk about my day. I'm just going to let that go by and say that I've experienced some time, and it's all good. Whatever I can share with anyone, I'm always open to share. I don't feel that there's a reason to hide anything, to hold anything back. Each one can teach one, and
Yes.
this is what we
Yes.
do. I've learned a lot from these ladies, you know, um, especially using this social media stuff, how to do certain things, because I would have been at a loss. Only thing I know how
Yeah.
to do is use my computer, but I would have been at a complete loss without them with a lot of things and telling me terminology. I think I'm a little older than some of them, and they're teaching me a lot, and I appreciate it. So yeah, just I just tell everybody, just do you. That's all you can do.
Yes.
But when you're in this group, you're doing everybody because we're all
Right.
doing each other, and that's what's so special about everybody. I can go through everybody's names, but if I do, I have to tell you a little bit about everybody, and that's I could be here all night just talking about everybody. Everybody's very special to me, but I'm not going to keep you. I know Angela she is busy. I'm getting ready for my next show, which would be in 2 weeks,
Okay.
and that's a lot. So yeah, that one is the good fight with Demetria Good, and that is something special. This is uh National Foster Care Month, so we're talking about abuse and a whole bunch of other things. So she got some great things going on, but I'm not going to give too much away because I want her to be able to talk about herself and what she's got going on.
And you said
All right, so
Demetria Good. I'll follow her. Okay.
yeah,
I'll
yeah, please
follow.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, please
I'll,
do.
I'll
Thank you
follow.
so much. All
Yeah,
right,
I will do
sweetie.
that.
Thank you again for sharing. your book, for sharing Victoria with everybody.
Yeah.
For sharing Victoria. I appreciate you, Victoria. All the Victorians out there. I
Yes.
appreciate you. Just you just stay in your lane. You stay in
Yeah.
your lane. And we're good. All right, sweetie. You have a
Yes.
great night.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye bye.